So here's our first question. We want to find the volume and surface area. So it said volume first. So I always like to write out the formula at the beginning of a question, even if it's on my formula sheet, even before I plug in any numbers. Couple of things. The more you write these formulas down, eventually you might remember some of them. And if you have formulas memorized, that can be helpful in your classes as you go, instead of having to refer back to a formula sheet. And then you can say, do I have enough information? I want to find the volume. The only thing I need on the right to plug in so that I can find the volume is the radius. Do we have the radius? Yes, it's 12. So we can plug this in all at once. Okay? Now I'm going to do one extra step before we get to the final answer. And this is a step that you don't need now, but you're going to need next year and the year after, so it's just good to see it already. One of the things that we can do, first of all, some of you don't know how to make a cubed on this calculator yet, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay? If I want to do 12 cubed, go 12, and then above the divide side is sort of a hat button. That will allow you to make something cubed. So 12 cubed, 1728. And if I multiply that by 4 and divide by 3, 2,304. 2,304 is if I put all the numbers together. Can you see that I haven't done the pi yet? Okay, so this volume would be 2,304, and it still needs to be multiplied by pi. The reason I write this is that next year you're going to be asked questions, and they're going to say, can you find the exact value? You know, sort of how we did with our conversions. Sometimes we had exact values. Okay? This is considered an exact value because we haven't rounded yet. As soon as we multiply by pi, we're going to have to round. So this is an exact value, and this answer would be called, and you'll see this sometimes in questions later on. They'll say, can you write an answer in terms of pi? This would be the answer in terms of pi. The answer is 2,304 pi. Now this year you won't have to do this step. You will just go to your calculator. What do we have left? We have to times our answer by pi. 7238.2. And since we were dealing in centimeters, it's centimeters. And since we're dealing in volume, we'll have cubed. So it's okay if you type this all the way at once and get to this answer. That's fine. But I did want to show you that an exact answer in this case, you'd have to write it with the pi and write it in terms of pi. Same thing with surface area. Write out the formula first. We do know everything. If I do 12 squared and multiply that by 4, I get 576. This would be the exact value. I should put these as approximation signs because we've rounded. So the surface area will be 1809.6 centimeters squared.